We're standing outside of Vikings Training Camp after Wednesday's spirited practice, and we're here with one of the newest members, Captain Marlin. Welcome to the team.
Oh, man, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, as you know, we're VikeFans.com, and our symbol is the long ship. We need a captain. We're counting on you.
Oh, yeah, you can count on me. My name is Captain. I'm also a leader on the field and off the field, so I think it's fit me, Captain, long ship. I'm just excited just to be here.
We know when turnovers happen and you're on the other end, you're headed to the end zone. Oh, yeah. What's your magic of getting there?
Oh, man, I think me being a punt returner, back in my younger days and early in my career, I think it helps me get in the end zone a lot. I seem like every time I touch the football, all I think about is scoring. And, I got 5 touchdowns in my career, in a short career already. So I just think about getting the ball and putting some points on the scoreboard for my team.
Well, we're looking for touchdowns 6 and 7 on the defense. If we don't get it, we're going to recommend you're back on punt returns.
Oh, yeah, we definitely going to get it, man. I'm excited, man. And this defense is definitely not going to be hard to get them. What's up, CP?
And you have fans as well. Can he cover you? You got to tell us, can he cover you?
He cover me. He's only 5'5". Why would I let anyone 5'5", 125 pounds cover me?
Wow. So if we talk about the fact that he's lined up, you're going out, and you're going for a straight 40-yard dash, are you back in a lawn chair by you're done, or what's going on, guys?
I'm just going to beat him, man.
Nah, not gonna be
for real, though, man. He's a great guy. He's one of the best corners, I didn't face in a long time, being out here, and I love this guy. I hope he never leave us. He motivates me every day coming out here just to get better, And I appreciate him, everything he does.
I got to ask a question while both of you are here. Just one last thing, and that is we saw a double reverse today. So I'm curious from your perspective, what's the excitement of running that? And from your perspective, how do you stay home to make sure you can defend it on the other side?
It's going to be tough, man. It's definitely going to be tough, because you get bad eyes being in the secondary. You think one person got the ball, so you're trying to go hit him, and then Greg just passes to CP, and it's going to be a lot of confusion going on. It's just like a kickoff return to him. All he think about is getting in the end zone. So on defensively, you just got to have good eyes and have willingness to just be patient and make the tackle.
And so you see him standing out there waiting for you. How do you avoid him and take it to the house?
Avoid him? I'm just going to run past this little guy, man. Nah, man, for real, the double reverse, it's kind of nice, man. But, he's a smart guy, man. He's been in the league by 5-6 years, and he's a young, smart guy. So I know he's going to stay home, so I just got to find a way to get past him.
Sounds, guys, I know it's a little warm after the morning walkthrough on Friday, and we've got the most requested person on the Vikings squad from VikeFans.com. We've got Brian Robison. Brian, being from Texas, this has got to feel like winter in Splendora.
Yeah, this is pretty easy. Guys keep saying, hey, man, it's hot out here. I'm like, hot? This is nothing. I mean, we get high humidity down in Houston and 90-plus degrees every day. So, yeah, this is nothing.
Well, big event in your family recently as your daughter Madeline caught her first fish. What type of fish was it? What'd she catch it on?
Well, it was a bass, and she caught it on a little jig with a Rage Crawl trailer. So that was awesome. And, I basically hooked it for her and handed her the reel, and she reeled it in at 2.5 years old. I mean, you can't complain about that, right?
Not at all. How excited was she?
She was, the first one she caught, she was a little standoff. She was like, almost like, what the heck is that? And then she kind of warmed up to it, and she, petted it and did the whole little deal. And then, of course, the next one I caught, then it was like, oh, let me hold it. And it was just she wanted to grab it and throw it back and everything. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. She loves it now. Every day she comes to me and is like, go fishing? Go fishing? So,
hey, you can't ask for any more than that when you're an avid fisher person.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to get her out on a boat soon, hopefully.
Sounds good. Well, we talk about fishing. This is an important transition to football. So you introduced your new sack routine last year, kind of reeling in the sacks. We're hoping you keep it for this year. Is that the plan?
That is the plan. I think I've got something that's stuck. It's kind of become my signature move, and I enjoy doing it. And, it's always fun to be able to do it and sometimes look up and see some of the fans doing it with you. So it's been really good for me.
We're standing here, and hopefully it gets in the frame shot. We're with Phil Loadholt. Obviously, you just finished your last practice. Bigger event tonight. You'll have a full stadium out there. You looking forward to seeing the fans?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's always fun to play ball under the lights, and especially having the fans out there. Have an opportunity to, see how we work and things like that, so it's always fun.
Well, I have to ask the question. You get in a loud stadium like you are. You're out on the right side. Your quarterback audibles. How do you hear it?
Most of the time, it's just a lot of communication between, myself and Brandon Fusco. You obviously got to have some kind of anticipation of what looks to be expecting audible out of and things like that. So you just gonna have to hear.
You almost got away. I'm Tom Moore with VikeFans.com. Good. We're standing here after the final practice before we go to the night scrimmage, and we're here with one of the newest Vikings, Corey Wootton. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Obviously coming over from a different team, what's it like to get used to a new city, new team, new coaching staff, and a new scheme?
It's been great. I had a great time in Chicago. I had a great 4 years, but was looking for something new, and excited for the opportunity to come here to Minnesota and be a part of this organization.
Well, you know, last year a lot of the fans couldn't stand you. This year they're thrilled to have you here.
Yeah, it feels good. You know, the fans have been great. They're really into it. You know, it's a great atmosphere here at training camp.
We've just finished the final padded practice before the scrimmage inside the stadium, and we're here with one of the newest Vikings, Linval Joseph. Welcome to Minnesota and away from New York.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Glad to be here.
How hard is it? I mean, obviously in your position, you're going to be double team blocked all the time. Does it get frustrating at times?
Not at all, because if they double team me, that means somebody is free. So I'm not. It worked both hands. If they double team me, somebody else get free. Now that guy's doing good. Now they go double team him. Now I'll be free. So it just go back and forth.
Absolutely. So once you look at that and your eyes get wide and you realize you're in the backfield, you have a chance at a quarterback sack, and they're wearing a red jersey. What's that feel like?
I mean, it's scary because when I get back there, it's hard to slow down, and I don't want to hit nobody. You know what I mean? So it's a little scary.
I'm here in Mankato, and standing with me right after practice, I've got Jarius Wright. Jarius, a little bit of change in the offense under Norv Turner. What's the difference for you?
You know, just the difference for me. Well, actually, I don't think there's too much of a difference. You know, when the ball's ran, and my job is to go block for one of the best running backs in the league, and you know, when it's time to throw the ball, run a great route and catch the ball.
It's got to be something that puts a grin on your face. Last year, we'd see you go deep. You were the long bomb threat. What's it feel like when you get in that huddle and you realize you're going deep and they're looking for you?
You know, I love it. It's a great feeling. You know, with some of the play calls, you know that you're going deep and you have a great chance of getting the ball, especially when you go line up and you see the coverage. You know, you get your pre-snap read on the cover and you be like, definitely, if I beat this corner, I should be wide open. So it definitely feels good lining up, knowing that your number's called.
We just concluded the final non-padded practice before the night scrimmage, and we're here with Chad Greenway. Chad, it seems like just the other day you were a rookie. Where'd the time go?
Yeah, it flashes by you. You know, just seems like yesterday I came in here as a rookie, and we're going through a lot of the struggles these young guys are going through now. But you know, it goes fast, and you know, it's a blessing for me to be here for 9 seasons and make a career out of it. And you know, I'm just looking forward to continue to progress, and hopefully, you know, this team starts getting some wins and we get back to the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, you're from South Dakota, played in Iowa, so you're going to play in TCF Bank Stadium and face those maybe 13, 9-degree days. That's like beach weather for you, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, I think it'll be fun for our fans. I think it'll be fun for everybody involved. You know, to go out there and play in the elements in Minnesota. I mean, you know, you're going to have a lot more beautiful weather days than you are going to have bad weather days. So, you know, obviously we might have a couple cold ones at the end, but you know, it's you know, we're from Minnesota. We should be used to it by now.
I got to ask you, what's it like when you come back to college for a few weeks? What are those dorm beds like?
Yeah, you know, it's not quite like home, that's for sure. You know, it's the one part of the NFL that really stinks is training camp, but obviously it's part of the game and something we do. And you know, I think it's you know, it makes you appreciate home a lot more.
Yeah, but I'm here with defensive end Everson Griffen. Everson, it's kind of a new day here. You're starting now on the right side. What's it like?
You know, it's awesome. I've been waiting for this moment to help this team get to the next level and just improve as a player and master my craft and just to help my teammates out. You know, we got a bunch of good rookies out there doing a great job hustling to the ball. We got to keep it up, and we'll have a pretty solid defensive line.
And obviously on the other side, you've got Brian Robison. What does he bring to the game to try to help you improve, and how do you work together to get to the quarterback?
I mean, Brian Robison, that's my dog, man. We work together good, man. We're salt and pepper, baby, and you know, we're just trying to go out there and just cause havoc and you know, help each other out and learn from each other. And, you know, B-Rob's the veteran on the team, so you know, just listening to him and try to you know, listen to his leadership and you know, and try to become that leader like I know how to become little by little and show the young guys how to work as a unit.
Standing here with after practice at Mankato in a Wednesday spirited session, and I'm here with kicker Blair Walsh. Kicker, tell me how it's going out there.
It's fun. Today was my off day, so I was just out there helping Jeff during his punting period and had a good practice 2 days ago, so just getting used to it.
You know, you've got an unusual thing happen in the preseason. They're moving that extra point back for a trial where it's 35 yards. What type of added pressure does that put on a kicker, especially late in the game when it's the point to tie it?
You know what? There's no added pressure. You just got to go out there and do your job. You got to embrace the situation that you're put in. You know, you're successful at this level for a reason, and you got to remember that.
You're a tall guy, obviously. And so, you know, one of the things we're trying to figure out is you generate a tremendous amount of power, but, you know, much like golfers, if you try too hard, you're going to overhit it and you're going to power it and you're going to miss it. What is the trick to hitting those 50-plus yard field goals that you make?
Using all your body, using 110% of your ability. And I go out there and I utilize whether it's pulling my hips a little bit back for the wind-up or just, you know, I got to attack it 110% each and every time. And now bigger guys can get away with being a little bit more smooth. I have to go out there and sort of use every single ounce of energy I have. So there's positives and negatives to it, but I think I make the best of it.
The morning walkthrough of Friday in Mankato, and we've got with us linebacker Audie Cole. Audie, It's changed quite a bit. Yesterday we saw you in the defense, and you had an amazing interception. What'd that feel like?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it always feels good to get your hands on the ball. I mean, I don't get to touch the ball too often, so when you do, it's fun.
Well, I noticed they didn't let you finish out the play to do a touchdown dance. Had they done that in a regular season game, what would we have seen?
Probably not much. I'm not real creative on the celebration, so I don't really do anything.
I'll tell you, one of the things we noticed last year is, we've always had trouble with people being effective blitzers, and you were amazingly free when you came on the blitz. Is there some type of magic secret that you use to get there untouched?
No, I don't have any secret. It just that's just how it worked last year.
Well, we know that there's a Green Bay quarterback who still got your number on his chest.
Yeah.
So here at Vikings Training Camp after a live session for the special teams, and we're here with second-year fullback Zach Line and also fellow alumnus of SMU. How are you?
I'm good.
So how was the
great
session?
To be with another Mustang.
Absolutely. So for a session today where you spend 15 minutes, what were you doing with the special teams out there? What were you trying to accomplish?
You're just trying to focus on your techniques. So what you're going to do in practice, you want to do it in slow motion out there, so you're not thinking as you're playing.
You know a blitzing linebacker's coming at you. Do you at that point in time in the huddle say, hey, can I go out for a pass?
I mean, I think you got to change your mentality as a fullback. You got to do a little bit of both, but you got to want to hit.
We're standing here right after the morning walkthrough, and with wide receiver Jerome Simpson. Jerome, new offense again. Okay, what's the change for you?
It's just wide open, and it's using everybody to their best ability, and that's what I like about this offense because everybody's getting used to their best ability, and it's going to be complicated for defenses to try to guess what we're running, and that's awesome for all of us.
You're one of the perfect guys to ask this question for because you played in the cold in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. What should we expect from a receiver perspective when you get in TCF Bank Stadium? It's December, it's 12 degrees. It's January, it's 5 degrees, it's snowing.
That's when you find out when you see the tough guys right there. You just got to block it out and just play. And, we have the gear that can keep us warm and everything. And we just got to go out there and play. And hopefully it can come to our advantage because the opponent won't be used to this type of weather.
You talk about tough guys. Are we going to expect you to see you without sleeves when it's 4 degrees outside?
No, I'm going to have sleeves. Sorry, but yeah, I'm going to have sleeves.
I always wonder that because even when you start out in Pop Warner football, if somebody hits you in the arm when it's cold, that stings pretty good, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it does. But, I'm a guy, I always wear sleeves, so, it helps me get ready in the summertime for the heat, and I'm already used to it for the wintertime.
Terminology is obviously different than this, but if you get in the huddle, what makes your eyes light up more? Go across the middle, Jerome, or go deep?
Go deep.
Go deep. Okay. We're here after practice with newly signed tight end Kyle Rudolph. So it looks like you're going to be here a little while.
Definitely. I'm excited to, officially know that I'll be here for the next 6 seasons.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of times you're covered real tightly, but somehow the ball gets fit in a tight window and you're able to pry that ball away. What do you do to practice to get that ball away from the linebacker?
I think the biggest thing is just, the quarterbacks have the faith in us to throw it and making sure that we get it. And, that starts in practice when they have the opportunity to throw the ball in a tight window. You got to practice those contact catches. That's something that we do in individual quite a bit with our tight end coach, Kevin Stefanski. So, it's all about the repetition. And, when it happens on Sunday, you're not surprised.
We just completed the final walkthrough before we have the night practice with the fans out. What's it going to be like to have a packed house?
It'll be a great energy, great vibe. A lot of fans going to be out here screaming, just flying around, making plays, as an offensive unit, getting what we need to get done, staying on track as an offense, moving the ball and stuff like that.
One of the hardest things for a running back to learn is a lot of it's an instinct, and you go towards the hole. You have this unique ability to wait for your blocks to sit up and yet explode through the hole anyway. Is that instinctual or something that you've had to work on?
I'd probably say is it more instinctual, but being patient is a big key. And something I worked with in the Senior Bowl before the draft, just not being so fast because in college our offense everything was fast and right down the line of scrimmage. So I just try to take my time, and then when I see something I like, just go 100% through the hole, just show my little burst or whatever I got. So.
Coach Turner comes to you and he just happens to say, I know you've run the read option go in for a couple plays. You ready to do that?
I don't know, but if the case does present itself, I doubt it will. But I do anything that I could to help the team. So.
You played in the South in college. Now you're going to play outdoors at TCF Bank Stadium. You might see single digits and snow on the ground. What are you expecting?
A heater, a jacket, ski mask, the whole nine. But it's something I have to adapt to. And I'm looking forward to it. Never really played in snow, so it'll be new and fun.
Will you wear sleeves?
Of course, probably wear 2 of them. So.
And we've got offensive tackle Matt Kalil. Welcome back to the fray.
It's Good to be back. Weather's been great, so nothing really to complain about.
Well, you changed the offense, and obviously that does a lot for the skill positions. But for the linemen, it can't be the easiest thing in the world. What's the toughest part of learning a new offense?
Just different terminology, different communication keys. A lot of things are different, and it's just it's about kind of meshing everything together and working as one unit as an offensive line.
We're about to start the night practice here on Saturday night, and we are lucky enough to be joined with a very special guest. They always talk about in the studies that there are only 5% of the population that's actually considered beautiful. Well, guess what, guys? Here it is. Here's beautiful. It's Kayle. Welcome to the Long Ship on VikingFans.com.
Well, thank you. That was a very nice introduction there.
Well, I understand. I'll tell you what, we always ask the players, what's the most unusual prank you've seen? But we're going to ask you, what's the most unusual thing you've seen when you've been in cheerleading?
Oh, my God. There's probably too many to count. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to think of the most unusual.
Or maybe it's funny.
What's funny?
There had to be a trip along the way.
Oh, yes. So we're going back to TCF, and I was on the group that we danced at TCF back when the dome collapsed. So I do remember they de-iced the field, but they did not de-ice the surrounding sidelines, which is where the cheerleaders dance. So we did have one of my favorite girls on the team, who I love her dearly, but she did end up falling on the ice and falling down, which was so sad. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that's not going to happen this year.
We just finished the Saturday night team practice, and we're joined by first-round draft pick Anthony Barr. Welcome to Minnesota.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for having me. It's been awesome so far.
Well, obviously you got big changes, obviously going from college to the pros. What's the biggest challenge for you going into a linebacker position after being hand on the ground?
Yeah, I think it's just getting my mind right, really getting better with my eyes, really getting the playbook and understanding my alignments. That's been the most difficult part so far. So I just got to say my playbook, and the more reps I get, the more comfortable I'll be, and I'll be able to play faster.
And we noticed, obviously, sometimes on passing situations, you put that hand on the ground on the right side. And I want to know the magic of you dipping the shoulder. Do you do it instinctively or just something you practice?
I think it's a little instinctively, a little bit of both, really. You kind of got to get a feel for what the lineman's doing, how he's playing you. It's not something you can do all the time, situational thing, so something I definitely work on.
When you go to the linebacker position, is it more difficult to adjust to cover the pass or the run?
Probably both, really, because I've never played behind the ball before, so going backwards from that, from behind the ball and then taking on blocks, going forward, they're both new to me. So they've both been difficult, but both things I think I'm getting better at.
Are you going to put long sleeves on or are we going to go bare-armed?
I don't think I'm allowed to. They told me no long sleeves, and that's fine with me.
All right, sounds good. Well, we wish you the best of success. We appreciate you spending time with us.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
From Mankato, I'm Tom Moore with VikingFans.com.